Hello fellow foodies, welcome back to TK2 and thank you for joining me. What's on the menu today? I'm not 100% positive, so I'm going to let you make that decision. Option number 1, chicken pot pie with a Parmesan biscuit crust. Or option number 2, one of my personal multi-seasonal favorites, chicken pot pie with a Parmesan biscuit crust. What do you think? A or B, 1 or 2? Good choice, let's make some chicken pot pie. One of the reasons why it's one of my favorites is because it's one of those comfort foods that's not just subjective to a particular season, but it's very seasonal in that you can choose whatever vegetables you want to use that are depictive of the season. For instance, if it's late spring, you can use peas, fiddleheads, ramps, all those fun seasonal vegetables. Winter, lots of carrots and parsnips and such. So this one, we're still kind of in limbo. It's not quite ramp season yet. Fiddleheads aren't out. So we're right in between seasons. So I'm gonna use some of the traditional vegetables. But with my chicken pot pie, I like to have my vegetables to be more of a thick and hearty cut. By doing so, it allows me to either use a spoon or a fork. So I can spoon my vegetables or I can fork them. I like to make my own chicken stock, and by doing so, I usually take chicken legs and I braise them with some mirepoix, which is carrot, celery, onions, and some fresh herbs. And I simmer that over a long period of time until the chicken is falling from the bone. I take the chicken out and pull the chicken from the bone and use that for my chicken pot pie. Another thing this is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to further reduce the cooking liquid and essentially make a chicken stock out of it. So another flavorful layer that we can use in our chicken pot pie. All right, our mise en place is ready. Let's start cooking. I'll start by putting some butter in the pan, about 2 tablespoons. To that, we're gonna add some oil blend, 2 ounces. So I've got butter and oil in there, and that's gonna create a higher smoke point. Gonna add my carrots once the butter oil mix is hot. And I'm gonna stage my vegetables. And the reason why I'm staging my vegetables is because remember, this is a hearty rustic cut of vegetables. Carrots are the most dense and will take the longest period of time to cook, so I start with those. I'm gonna add onions and garlic. So we cook this for about 15 minutes or until the onions and garlic start to caramelize and the carrots become about medium, not quite tender, but not quite cooked either. I'm gonna add fennel to that and celery. Mix in some fresh chopped thyme. You can use oregano, tarragon would also work well. Gonna add our mushrooms. At this point, we're gonna add our flour. So the flour in conjunction with the butter and the oil is going to create a roux. And a roux is a way for us to thicken a sauce. At this point, we add our chicken stock, about 3.5 cups. We're going to allow this to simmer for about 20-25 minutes. We want the roux to be able to develop with the liquid to thicken it, which is gonna ultimately be our sauce. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. At this point, the flavors are really coming together. You can see how it's thickening up. Gonna add our fully cooked shredded chicken. This is about a pound. And to brighten it up and give it a little bit of a pop at the very end, a little nice citric fish finish, we're gonna use a little white balsamic. All right, once it comes to room temperature or has had time to cool, we're gonna fill our oven-safe dishes with the mix, about 3/4 of the way up. And for the topping, I used my easy Parmesan biscuit recipe, and I rolled the dough to about 1/4 inch thick. I'm just gonna brush with a little oil just to make sure that the crust doesn't stick. I'm gonna lay the biscuit dough on top, and you can see I punched out these little star and diamond designs on there, and that's just to create a vent, just to make sure that the biscuit dough stays level with the pot pie. Into the oven at 375 or 400 degrees for about 20 or 25 minutes until it starts to become golden brown. Piping hot, ready to go. Chicken pot pie. Enjoy.
That is a wicked chicken pot pie.